Good morning, everyone. It is exactly 11, and I know we like to be prompt, so here we go, our second meeting together. I'm pretty excited, y'all. Okay, we have a tight agenda today. So we have a guest speaker with us. Her name's Bethany Goff. She's from Evertrue and our Anywhere Care. Say that 10 times. Anywhere Care. So she is going to talk to us about our guide program, GUIDE, guide program, that they are starting. And so I'm very excited to welcome her. She's going to be up here about 10 to 15 minutes. So let's give her a warm welcome when she gets up here. So the first thing is so with all that being said, want to hear from our committees, but just having that in mind that we are kind of working through a tight agenda. I worked with your neighborhood representatives, and they have a few agenda items that they also would like me to tackle today, so I want to make sure that we have time for those. So lots of fun things. Okay, so let's get it kicked off. I'm going to start with building and grounds. There you go. Everybody watch your step when you're coming up on the stage.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning. I have a few things this morning, not many, but I first would like to start off by reviewing what we do at Buildings and Grounds. Our mission is to identify and help develop procedures which will enhance safety, reduce costs, and improve the living experience here at Mason Pointe. So those are the things that we're looking at across the board. I know there might be some new people here who haven't really been here to hear these reports, but I thought maybe I'd review what we do. But if you have a suggestion, or you have an idea that has to do with enhancing safety, reducing costs, or improving our experience here at Mason Pointe, please take it to your representative in the neighborhood. And those representatives are Bob Bechtold, Walter Gertz, John Houghton, Del Lehman, and Nord Lobes. So just please take those suggestions to them when you have your meetings, please. Thank you. Just a few other things, some upcoming dates. Swimming pool repairs. Swimming pool's supposed to close on August 4th, but repairs to be expected to be refilled on August 8th. Okay, that is in Uniguest, I believe. That's what we're hoping for at this point in time. And also the resident garage spaces to be cleared of storage items are to be cleared by August 4th. The carpet that's stored down in the garage will be removed in time. And if you're allowed to keep a basket down there for moving your groceries, or a walker at your location. The other thing we're working on are the chair leg slides throughout in Mason Pointe at 40 West, Simone's, and in the club. Some of those chairs are still missing the slides on the back legs of those chairs. They get moved around, so when we think that they've all been repaired, suddenly new ones show up. So that's an ongoing project at this time. And the last thing I have this morning is landscaping. There are several dead trees that still have to be removed. Those will be removed, I guess, when budget allows that. And there are several tall trees that we talked about them earlier this year. They looked like they had some bugs on them, but it turned out some sort of a disease. That are right next to the building. And they've grown 3 stories tall. And they're blocking windows. People can't see out of their windows. I see a few people shaking their heads. So what we're going to do is we're either going to trim those or remove those trees in time. So we are addressing that issue right now. Those are all the issues I have this morning. Thank you.
You did a beautiful job. Okay, employee appreciation. Mary?
Thank you very much. When the committee met earlier this month, we decided it was time for the annual update. So I'm going to share some of that information today, and we are on a tight schedule. So here's what I did. I'm going to share broad top level about our gift funds, but then everything I say and all the dollar values that I talk about, the wonderful things that we have accomplished together, it's in a handy dandy little 2-page handout that'll be by all the exits when you get ready to leave, okay? All right, wonderful. First and foremost is want to thank you so much, because guess what? We have done a lot of great things in a very short period of time. When you think about the fact that the process of growing our culture of philanthropy is only not even hardly 4 years old, we're doing great. Mason Pointe, like all ever true communities, we have gift funds, okay? And so we have the Pastoral Care Fund. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It provides funds for pastors' care. Maybe education, maybe a class they would like to take, maybe we bring in an intern. That's the purpose of the funds. We have chapel enhancement. Chapel enhancement is exactly what it says. The gifts that are given to chapel enhancement are to enhance the worship service. They are used by the chaplain to maybe do extra Bible studies or activities, a number of things to enhance the spiritual life here at Mason Pointe. Benevolent care. Benevolent care is the fund that we use if members of our family, through no fault of their own, reach a point where they need some assistance in order to cover the full cost of their care. The way that we surprise and support benevolent care is sort of 2 ways: personal gifts, but also through your what we call dining dollars. Remember how at the end of each month, whatever you have not used of your meal allowance is rolled over into benevolent care. And then at the end of the year, you'll receive a letter letting you know how much your tax deduction is for that. The other area is miscellaneous designated. Miscellaneous designated is exactly what it says. I receive gifts all the time working with individuals who have a specific program or purpose that they would like their gift to benefit. So those are called miscellaneous designated. The one that you are the most familiar with, and you are also the greatest supporters of, is the Resident Employee Appreciation Fund. Main thing, we want to cover a couple of things today, because as I say, it's funny how misinformation or sort of incorrect information seems to spread a whole lot faster than the facts. So I'm going to share a few facts today. As we know, this fund is for employee appreciation. The fund has 2 general purposes. The fund is used for what we call general staff appreciation. Things that we do throughout the year to show appreciation for the staff. And last year we did a huge variety of different things, and we're all appreciated by the staff. Some of them the staff asked about and recommended. Some were things that the committee put together. People made suggestions. But just to give you an idea, last year together we spent just over $103,000 on showing appreciation to the staff. We spent, of that amount, just over $14,000 was general appreciation. Those things we do throughout the year saying thank you. The bulk of that money, almost $90,000, was used for the Christmas thank you, okay? Because all of the staff received the Christmas thank you appreciation financial gift. Because remember, it's not a bonus. The gifts are given to be shared equally across the staff. We'll come back to that in just a second. So far this year, we currently have balances in our fund that we have for general staff appreciation. We have almost for $14,000. And then for the Christmas gift, we already have over $16,000. Some of the expenses that we are already using that $14,000 for is that we have already purchased a gift card for every staff member for the summer picnic. Those are $25 cards. We have 260 staff. Everybody can do the math. That's $6,500. We also have already purchased for the staff for Thanksgiving. Cover your ears, staff, if you don't want to know what it is. The staff have been asking, this year especially, since we have new logos, they're asking for logo items. Everybody likes to have the company logo on cups and t-shirts and different things. So for Thanksgiving, we have ordered for each of the staff members a logo thermos cup. Now, for those who don't know what it is, where's my show and tell partner? Actually, I have several here who could hold them up. They will be cups similar to these. You see the staff carrying these around all the time. They can be hot, cold, whatever. But that will be their Thanksgiving gift. And if we have the funds, we'd really like to throw a gift card in there, but we'll wait and see. One of the things I do want to mention is, and this is just how great you are. Last week, all of a sudden, I started receiving some gifts from residents and friends, family members, saying that this is supposed to be used for attendance prizes for the picnic. So, I have already $1,400 that has been given to purchase attendance prizes for the summer picnic. So the staff's not only going to get their $25 gift card, you have been very concerned and want them to have attendance prizes, so we're going to be doing that also. Those just started showing up last week. I had someone ask me about it this morning. Yes, there is still time to make a gift for that if you'd like to. Need that to happen before Wednesday so that Amy has plenty of time to go and get the things that she needs. One more thing I want to share with you, well actually two, Christmas gift question. There is a lot of information going around about the Christmas gift and whether management staff should receive that or not. When we began the program, we chose everyone would receive that information. The handout has a breakdown for you of actual facts and figures as to what that would mean if we do or do not include management staff, okay? The last thing is, wanted to share that, yes, as far as making snacks available to the staff, that is something that Human Resources has always done. Staff, Amy's always had different items. If the staff needed a snack, they could go down to Human Resources and pick that up. Late last year, there was a decision made and a suggestion that let's do a cart and let's take them around to the staff once in a while, okay? So we have had the cart, the snack cart, that we take around and share some snacks with the staff occasionally. It's not something new, we just did it in a new way. And so we're going to do it periodically. We'll see what the staff thinks. A lot of them like it coming. A lot of it is done on the weekends for the weekend staff. But here's the important part. The snacks that are on that cart are provided by budget out of Human Resources, are in-kind donations that we have received from friends, from family members, from a few residents. The REA funds that have been given are not used for that purpose. Okay? The only time that we have used any of, as I say, the REA funds is if we decide to use the cart to do something that the REA committee, the residents have said we'd like to do this. Example is for opening day, we use the carts to share the large pretzels with everybody. Cost us less than $200. Probably sometime in the next few weeks, I would imagine there may be a day when, hey, it's daggum hot out there. Let's make ice cream treats available for everyone. We'll use the carts to do that. And that is something that we would pay for. Again, it's a couple $100. So, misconception, we're not funding the snack cart out of the REA funds. There's already resources that take care of that. Remember, this handout with all the figures, and there's lots more on here, is going to be available when you leave today. I want you to take it home, look at it, ask questions. You can come and see me, I can come to your neighborhood meetings, whatever works the best for you so that you get the information you need. Most important, I want to once again say thank you. You're absolutely fabulous. We have done a lot of wonderful things here, and more things are happening all the time because we are truly growing that culture of philanthropy.
All right, the food committee. Terry?
Good morning. I'm only only going to say a couple things. One is, please, if you have comments, a better way to do it than maybe stopping me in the hall is to fill out your comment cards. Every person in the dining sees the comment cards. I'm happy to listen to you, but I'm telling you it's more effective. The comment cards are more effective. Secondly, Simone's themed dinners, the barbecues, have been so successful that I've had a suggestion that we run it twice a year, and the second time we can call it the Rib Shack, because the ribs are very, very popular.
That's cute, Rib Shack.
The last thing is that a dietitian has reviewed the menu, and there's a list of dietitian-approved healthy foods that is available at the hostess or host stand. So please ask for a sheet. They will give you a sheet with the recommendations on it. Any questions? Thank you.
Lifestyle?
You all should have received this yellow sheet in your box over the weekend. I think it was Friday. If you haven't gotten it, check your little cubby down in the mailroom. This is just selected activities. This does not list all the many activities that go on weekly throughout our community. Just a couple of highlights for some special upcoming activities in August. We have the Butterfly House with lunch at Yaya's on Friday, August 1st. We have a tram tour of Grant's Farm with lunch options in the Barnhof courtyard on Friday, August 8th. We have a Wings of Hope tour on Friday, August the 15th. And bingo is back on Friday, August 29th. Keep in mind that it's always important to sign up for activities, and sign-ups today for August will be this afternoon, starting at 1:45 on Uniguest. And Uniguest is your best source for updates, just to check to see if there's something you've forgotten for the day, or all the activities are on there. So please use that.
Wellness, Joyce?
Good morning. I would like to say I'm going to talk as fast as the people from New York, but I can't talk that fast. We have let me start this over. Do you remember last month we did a wellness survey, and I gave you the results of what the most requested was, and it was chair yoga. So we've added chair yoga. It will be the second and fourth Friday of every month at 1:45. You can check all your stuff to find out when and where. Just wanted you to know we've added chair yoga twice a month. Balance class, that's been so popular that starting on the 21st of August, we will be doing sign-ups 24 hours in advance, just 24 hours in advance, so keep that in mind. August events, cardio drumming, women's roundtable discussion, chair volleyball. I'm trying to be brief by not explaining it. And on August 5th, this is good, we're having a speaker, Nick Barnes, who's very good, he's been here many times, in this room on neuropathy. That should be pretty interesting for a lot of us. And I'm done.
Fabulous. I love the topic of neuropathy, and I also equally love chair volleyball. All right, club updates. Hook and needle, Judy?
Good morning. We mainly want to tell you that, remind you that our boutique is open every Thursday and Friday from 2 to 4, but on Friday we actually open on 1 at 1 o'clock anybody that likes to crochet, knit, or learn how to do either, come at 1. But the shop is open. We have all kinds of things for sale. I'm not going to go into everything because there's so much for you. And as mentioned, proceeds go to the retirement. Employee. I was going to say recreation. Employee Appreciation Fund. So check us out, okay? Thursdays and Fridays. Thanks.
Thank you. Library, any updates? Okay. Veterans.
Good morning, all. A couple of weeks ago, or maybe it's been months now, I don't know, time flies. But anyway, we had a gentleman here, retired Air Force veteran, and he played the steel drum. And I know a number of you saw that. Anyway, he's going to be back along with his wife, and they're going to talk to us about their experiences in the Air Force band, how they got in. I think, if I understand it correctly, you apply for and get accepted or not in the band, and if you're accepted, then you're also in the Air Force. I think it works like that. But they're going to talk about that and their total experiences. So remember, the veterans meetings are for all residents of Mason Pointe. So please come and listen to Tim Shaw and his wife on the 4th of August.
Welcoming with our Joanne.
Good morning, everyone. Last week we had a new resident. I don't know if she's here. Rosalie Thompson. Rosie, you want to stand up? She's all the way in the back. So we're going to keep trying to improve the best way that we can to welcome everybody to their new home. So anytime you have a suggestion, feel free to stop by my office. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Anything from workshop? Okay, so I'm gonna let Bethany come on up here and get set up. And so like I mentioned, we're so excited to have Bethany here from Ever True Anywhere Care, which means Anywhere Care has an umbrella that's under Ever True. So they have private duty, they have the home health, those things that we've been kind of hearing over the years. And so I'm gonna let her take it away, and she's gonna have some time for questions after too, okay?
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Bethany Goff. I have been with EverTrue 2 years this week. I'm the director of Answers, which is a community programming for older adults, as well as the guide model, which we will talk about today, and also At Home Plus. So, like it was mentioned, all the services in Anywhere Care are there to support all older adults wherever they choose to age. And we want to help support people to age well, age gracefully, and have all the resources to be successful to do that. My background is social work. I've been a social worker in the St. Louis community about 30 years. Latter part of my career has all been around programming and helping older adults in the community to age where they choose to do so. So super excited that we applied for the guide model. Just over a year ago, we were able to put in an application to Medicare. Medicare does all sorts of interesting models and innovative programming to try to do new things to help older adults where they are. So Guide just really fit with our philosophy of helping people with a dementia diagnosis and their caregivers. And what's unique about this program is Medicare is providing support services not just for the Medicare beneficiaries. So everyone knows there's a lot of rules around eligibility for types of programs through Medicare. This one's also providing support for the caregiver. So I'm going to dive right in because I want to be respectful of time and I want to allow time for questions. The flyer is going to give you a real quick snapshot of the eligibility requirements and the services provided and how to reach us. So let's go ahead and get started. The beginning, probably you all have seen these, our Life According to You, Evertrue and the CMS Guide model. So as you all know, we're the 11th largest nonprofit senior living provider in the country. We serve more than 15,000 older adults. We have a 165-year legacy, and we're positioned for a strong future. And a big part of that is anywhere care. So we serve people all over the metro area, St. Louis City, County, St. Charles, Warren. So applying for Guide really fit with our values to try new things and to help more older adults. So diving right in here, just a little bit of background as to why we felt it was important to apply for this. 6.7 million Americans live with Alzheimer's or other dementias, and that's projected to reach 14 million by 2060. So we wanted to take the opportunity to be able to bring this to the St. Louis community and our own residents at Evertrue. People with dementia usually have multiple chronic illnesses and higher rates of ER visits and hospitalization. So one of the big goals of Guide is to help people prevent those things, to be able to stay at home longer if that's what they choose to do so. It takes a mental toll, physical, emotional, and financial toll on caregivers. So I've seen there's a lot of research out there right now about caregiving and the cost of caregiving in our country. So this program gives us an opportunity to try to help make a difference there. So what is GUIDE? GUIDE is an acronym. Guiding an Improved Dementia Experience is what it stands for. It's an 8-year program through Medicare. We went live with this on July 1st, and it supports people with dementia as well as their unpaid caregivers. The goal is to improve the quality of life for the person with dementia, reduce the caregiver burden for our unpaid caregivers, and empower people with dementia to remain in their homes and communities longer if that's what they'd like to do. So we do that a few different ways: care navigation and care coordination, caregiver education and support, as well as respite services. So for those of you who don't know the Anywhere Care service called Answers, that is it's a community care management program. So GUIDE fit nicely into the work that we already do there. We have licensed master's level social worker as well as a master's level social worker that are providing the care navigation for the program. So these are the services one can expect. So someone might say, what is this going to do for me, right? How is it going to help? We're going to do that a few ways. We're going to offer a comprehensive assessment. We're going to identify the individual's needs as well as those of the caregiver, develop a care plan of short and long-term goals to help that individual be successful at home. The caregiver support is providing ongoing education and support services to the caregiver of the person that has the dementia diagnosis. There's going to be a financial reimbursement and assistance available for respite services depending on the level of dementia that the individual has. And then there's also 24/7 support services for caregivers, and we have a 24/7-hour support line, as well as partnering with an agency called TruAlta, and I will talk about them here in just a quick minute. There we go. So again, we have a team of very experienced social workers that are going to be providing the care navigation. And again, this really fit into our Still You philosophy, so it was another layer of service that we can bring to you all to help you if you are managing a diagnosis of dementia. It serves all people. Again, it's a Medicare benefit, so if you have traditional Medicare, this is available to anyone wherever they live. And again, the Evertrue Anywhere Care services, we support people wherever they want to live. So it really just aligns with the work that we're already doing. Medicare criteria for this one is pretty simple. You have to have traditional Medicare enrolled in Medicare A and B. Your doctor has to have diagnosed you with dementia, or your loved one with dementia if you're reaching out as a caregiver. And you can't be in hospice or nursing home level of care or the PACE program. This does not require a physician order. It really is just those two pieces, traditional Medicare and a diagnosis of dementia, and that's all we need to get started to try to get some support services in place. So you have the flyer that has our number. Just wanted to walk through real quickly how the process goes for intake. So someone can call our information and referral line. We also have a web page where someone can fill out a contact form and they will hear back from our social worker that it takes our intake for guide. Really all we need is we'll work with you and your physician just to get a history and physical, medication list, and just confirm the diagnosis. And that's really all we need to get started. Our care navigators will come out, they'll do a home assessment, meet you where you are, really try to identify what it is that you're needing support with. And then we'll submit this to Medicare and follow up with you in terms of the eligibility. So real quick on this, I mentioned the respite services. So respite services can be provided in the home, in a facility level, or an adult day center. So we have to build partner relationships with organizations to do this. Our own home help, our private duty services at Evertrue will be providing respite services in the home for those that are eligible. And so the moderate and high complexity, that's the tiering, probably more than you want to know. But based on the assessment, the information we submit is going to let us know if you're eligible for that respite care. So again, the care navigation and having that support with care planning, safety planning, and resource connection, that's really their goal when they come meet with you. Our medical director for Guide is Dr. Kaiser. He is also the medical director of our palliative care and hospice programs at Evertrue. And he's not taking over any care for you. You can still have your primary care physician. Nothing about that changes. Again, this is just another layer of support, like a specialist, if you will. So he will be able to help review medications, consult with the physician, the primary care physician, and work collaboratively to make sure that not only your other chronic conditions that you may be dealing with are being handled, but also layering in this expertise for dementia care. True Alta is the caregiver support program. Just a real quick plug for them. I've been super impressed. They have online trainings, education, written materials, live support groups. They might be 5 minutes or an hour webinars that one can listen to. They have care coaches. So they really provide an additional robust caregiver support option for people that are enrolled in the Guide model. And then this is the amount, so just over $2,500 is the amount for 2025 for the respite services. And again, those are the options for being able to provide that. And you stay enrolled in the program as long as you meet with the care navigator. They're gonna call you once a month just to check in and see if you need anything. It's an annual assessment with the care navigator, and as long as you meet the Medicare eligibility, you remain in the program and can continue to receive the support through the program. All right, and that's our intake number, which is on the flyer there, our fax number, and of course you can find us on the Evertrue website. Okay, did I go fast enough? Okay. Any questions, anything that I can answer specifically about this? I would say if you do and you don't want to ask here, just call. We talk to people all day long on all 3 of our intake lines, and so if you call that number, if you have any questions that you don't want to ask here, just give us a call and we can go through the criteria, see if it's an option, and we're going to work with you then to get connected with your doctor, get the information that we need. But I would much rather people just call and get more information and explore it if it's something you think could help you, okay? All right. Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm going to add one more social work opinion to this. This is a wonderful brand new resource. I'm Claire, the campus social worker, if we haven't connected yet. This is just another resource in our pocket here to be able to help provide support for individuals living with dementia in our independent living facility. Never in the history of Medicare have they offered money to pay for respite services. So this is wonderful, it's innovative, I'm excited about it, but it is an additional resource. If you have something that's working for you, maybe you're connected with speech therapy, or you're doing a day program somewhere already, or you're working with memory care home solutions, those are all options that I've seen our independent residents use successfully. This would be another thing we can fold in. If you have questions about the insurance you have and your eligibility, I can help answer that too. But I think a great resource is just reaching out to them directly. I'm happy though to help in between.
Thanks, Claire.
Thank you so much, Bethany.
Okay.
She's gonna stick around, so if you guys have questions, I know it's kind of hard to ask questions in front of the whole group. Please stop her though, because I think she's a great resource. Of course, you always have all of us, and you have Claire here as well, but while she's here, she's the subject matter expert. So please utilize that. Okay, give me a second to get plugged in here. Look at those cuties. They're playing in a golf tournament today, so as we speak. So say a little prayer for them. Okay, here we go. So I hope that everyone is aware that I meet with your neighborhood representative every month. So your representative that you've selected for your neighborhood comes and meets with me, and we have a really great conversation reviewing your meeting notes, and then also collaborating on the content of this meeting. And so it's a very vital role. It's one that people are volunteering for. So if you would like to be more involved in your neighborhood, please consider doing that. It's such a vital role. It's a conduit of communication between Mason Pointe and you all. Right? So I can't express how important they are, and I think that you have such a fabulous group representing you. So they help me develop the content for this meeting. Okay, so we're in collaboration. I've been super lucky to be able to come to 4 of the neighborhood meetings, and I am very grateful that neighborhoods 1 and 2 are going to be combining on August 5th at 1 o'clock. And that is going to be an opportunity for you all to meet with me more on a personalized level and have some individualized questions answered at that time. I will be making the rounds to those neighborhood meetings as needed, or probably annually. So look for me to come back to your meetings next summer. And then I would also ask for these neighborhood meetings being held in the evenings that the invitation extends to myself, or if you're extending it to additional staff members in Mason Pointe, that they get cleared with me before we invite them to come in their evening time. So just an FYI about that. All right, let's get into it. Modernized network. Oh, yay! Let's cheer. Let's change the vibe. Okay. SBA equals, we have had 100 questions about what does SBA stand for. It's Steve Bernstein and Associates. Very anticlimactic, I would say. We've had some residents do some research on this. It's basically just a group that owns several different entities, one of them being in telecommunications. But that is what SBA stands for. I do have an exciting update that our channel survey, so when we're going to put the survey out to all of you to select the channels that we want to be on the network, we're going to do that in August. So look for that in August. We're not gonna be starting to turn on Modernized Network until September. I'll keep you updated, but that's the most recent that I've heard, is starting in September. We have come together as a leadership group to say, how can we communicate Modernized Network to you in kind of bite-sized pieces that doesn't feel overwhelming, because I know that this is a very concerning topic for you, for everyone. And so a few things that we've done is, one is that we put on the weekly updates that are sent out on Uniguest, a little modernized moment. And so that is coming out weekly, and it has one frequently asked question that you can kind of just read it week by week, kind of gaining the knowledge. So that's one thing that we have going on. The second thing is that we're going to be opening up a demonstration room so that we can do some trainings and those things later on when we get those, when it becomes available. So look for that in September. So that's been a big ask, is that we have some training sessions. And so we're actually going to like set up a room that you guys can come in, look at the remote, feel the remote, and kind of play around with it. One thing that I want to highlight, and I've talked to several people about this, is that you are going to get an individualized appointment for your apartment from the IT specialists. Everyone in here is going to get an appointment where they come into your home, whether you have a TV from 1950 or you have one from 2025. Good news, they've seen it all, right? So everyone is asking, understandably, very individualized questions about, I have this TV, I have this printer. I totally understand. I also don't know how to hook up a TV. So, but rest assured, they are going to come in and do an individualized session with you to make sure that you are set up. Those appointments will be scheduled. Also, look for those September. Okay? I have some pictures that I want to show you all. These are not going to be seen only here. We'll make sure that they're going to be circulated, but I wanted to kind of give you some pictures of things that have been sent to me. This is the box. This is what kind of the TV setup box is. So it's going to be like 9 inches by 7 inches. It's going to have the HDMI cable to connect, and the Ethernet. So I just kind of, these are visuals so that you can kind of start seeing what it's going to look like. That's the box. Here's the remote. Looks very sleek, right? The IT specialists are going to label it. They're working on some modifications for possibly a cover and different things that we can help with folks that have some decreased dexterity. So the remote has been a hot topic in other communities. This is what the home screen is going to look like. When you turn on your TV, this is what it's going to look like. Kind of reminds you of a hotel, right? This is an example. This is Lenore Wood's design. This is Lenore Wood's. It's not Mason Pointe. All of these are examples. So on the bottom, you could select Watch TV. You can select a streaming being Netflix, Apple TV, those things. Radio channels. There has been a lot of feedback about music channels. You have a whole section just for music. You're going to be able to select dining, which is exactly like what you have on your Uniguest. It's just going to be on your TV as well. Community enrichment, and community info and frequently asked questions. This is what your channel guide will be, a sample channel guide for you. So at the top, you can kind of see, when you're scrolling through your guide on your TV, this is what the channels will look like. So that top one's NBC, and you can kind of scroll down through the 46 channels. The radio channel screen. So there's just 8 different types here, but there's going to be a ton of them. And so we have Christmas 24/7, soft jazz. So again, you're scrolling through that menu to find the music that you want to listen to. This is our dining screen, so very similar to what you're seeing on the TVs. So it'll have the lunch menu, it'll have the dinner menu and weekly specials. Don't get hung up on the content. We can kind of make whatever we want the screens to look like. I just wanted you to see an example of how it will kind of flow. And then here's another community enrichment screen. So, for example, it could have the IL calendar, it could have the fitness calendar, it could have our monthly newsletter on it. So does this kind of help give visuals to what we should expect? Okay, lots of thumbs up. Then the last screen would be a community info screen. So just important numbers. So again, very much like the app that we're using, it's reminiscent of Uniguest, right? So the same programming is just going to be on our TV. The next slide that I'm going to show you is an example of a channel list that has been selected by another community, okay? I say this because this is what they have selected. This is not what you all have selected, okay? So these are the channels that they have selected to be in their community. I know it's small and I know it's hard to see, but we have this available to kind of give you guys some peace of mind. NBC, CBS, Fox, ESPN, ESPN2, TLC, Turner Classic Music, National Geographic, Discovery, Food Network. Those are what another community has selected. There was a few other communities that selected channels. They aren't in our same market, so I didn't feel like it was as applicable. But you can kind of see how many channels that you do get when you look at the 46. I'm going to pause there and open it up to all of you for Modernized Network.
Will this replace Uniguest?
Will this replace Uniguest? No, it's another platform for Uniguest. Great question.
I'm going to be away in August. How would I connect into being able to select what I would like?
Great question. I hope you're going somewhere fabulous. We would make sure to give your information to Joanne, and we'll make sure that you get the survey. Yeah, we want you to be included.
Yes, sir.
I see you got Newsmax on there. I know we don't get it now. Can we be assured of getting it? Or if we don't get it, can we just back off and take these out?
The question is, can I assure that Newsmax would be on the channel list? If so, the process will be that we will send out a survey. You all will vote on the channels. If Newsmax makes it, hurrah. If not, you do not have to do the Modernized Network. You do not have to do it. You would be responsible for the cost of Spectrum if you selected not to be in our Modernized Network.
Diana Tesserow's back here.
Oh, yes.
Are the black boxes going to have to hang on the wall? They're not very pretty.
They sure aren't, right? I don't know. I don't want to lie and say yes. Great question. I'll take that as a takeaway. Do they have to be mounted on the wall?
When you do the survey, is that going to be one per person or one per apartment?
Great question. You got me. Let's think about that. So I'm willing to hear feedback about that, and I'll ask how the other communities have done it. Great question. So if you have 2 people living in the apartment, maybe 2 votes?
She doesn't vote for 5.
I get it. Great question. You're getting my takeaways? Okay.
Cost of additional TV sets.
That is on my list for you that I have asked. And I have, they're working with that. There's several people just like in your situation. So I know we'll find a solution. Cost, if you want like 3 boxes or 4 boxes.
If you have more than one.
5 boxes, holy smokes, we got some TV watchers up in here. Yes, that will be a takeaway. I haven't heard, I've asked that question and I haven't heard the answer.
What about recording? Is there gonna be any problem with recording on this?
So the question is there gonna be a DVR or recording? The recording looks different from what you're used to right now. This has been the #1 topic at every community. So I have been assured that people who were, I will never do modernized network because I can't record, they have a solution for that and people are very happy with it. Okay, one more and then I'm so sorry. I knew we were gonna get tight. Two more.
Hi. Currently, and as long as we've been here, we exclusively stream, so we haven't used Spectrum. So that spot that you said, streaming, I guess, will that be our portal to the streaming service?
That's right. You have like very little transition. Nothing will really change in your life.
One more?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't find a channel that's on the regular list of your 48 channels, and you want another one, that will be carried by Spectrum again? Spectrum is still going to be...
You can still, so the question is, if you don't have a channel and you want something else, you can still go with Spectrum and select the package that you want that would include all the channels that you wanted. We're gonna price out Spectrum for y'all. We thought that was a good takeaway from something else, so I don't have those in front of me though.
You can have both Spectrum and modernized network. Like, you don't have to choose. You could choose if you want one, or you could have both. The streaming that we're gonna have, the modernized network, you could think of it as like our community news. You know, when you open the screen, you can choose, oh, do I wanna go to TV? Do I wanna stream? Or do I wanna see, oh, what's for lunch today? Right, so it's kind of like our mini news network.
And if you have any questions, looks like Cassandra can help you out.
Yes. Okay, moving on to garage storage. So the resident representatives and I did meet, and I know we did touch on this in Building and Grounds. We really appreciate you guys cleaning out the garage. I know it's something that's not pleasant. I also just cleaned out my garage, and not something that I want to do. But I sincerely appreciate it, and the effort's not lost on me. I want you to rest assured that Dale and his team is moving out our items that are not approved, and so we are actively moving out, so we share the burden with you. We are not exempt from it. I want to make sure that we're totally clear about the items permitted to remain in the garage. Wheelchairs, rollators, walkers. Things that are really going to impact your mobility. We want you to stay safe and be able to come and go. So wheelchairs, rollators, and walkers. Bicycles. We actually do have a bicycle rack. We have 2. So we can help you with that. And then the shopping carts. Any questions? Yes.
Oh, you got bumped. We'll come back to you.
All right. Shopping carts, is it only the metal ones or fabric ones?
No fabric, please. The metal ones.
Thank you.
Yes. Pat?
Oh, Patty, sorry.
Do we have to remove our folding chairs? We put them down because of when the generators, nothing works, we can sit down there.
Yeah.
Do they have to go?
Great question. Yes, it has been voted that those would be gone. Thank you for clarifying, and I thank you for the understanding. Yes, sir.
Where are we supposed to put things so that people normally keep in their garages?
Where are we supposed to put things that people normally put in your garages? Sounds like everyone has lots of suggestions. I've got storage, a closet in your apartment, and a nice little tin.
Nice little what?
A nice little bin in your apartment, like a plastic bin, or
Is it safer to put things in my apartment than it is in the garage?
per the fire marshal it is.
Really? Truly?
All right, moving on.
I don't really believe.
Healthy choices in Masons. We are really excited. We had our dietitian look through our menu, and there are several choices selected for you in the host stand at Masons. So thank you to Michelle and her team for doing that, always keeping our wellness in front line. So please, those are in the hostess stand at Masons. One other thing I want to reiterate, the pool will be drained on August 4th. Our plan is to get it open as soon as possible. We're going to be communicating that date to all of you through Uniguest. So of course they say they're going to drain it and they're going to plaster it, right? That's the game plan, but we all know how life works. And so please be patient with us. And then lastly, I am going to be on vacation starting on Thursday, so Thursday to Thursday, so the 24th through the 31st. So just wanted you all to be aware of that. So you're in very good hands, but you will not see me in the community those days. And now I will open it up for you all to ask me things. Yes.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yes, the hand railings. These workers that are doing things above, their idea of a clean railing is not our ideas of a clean railing. And if you need them for support walking down to the dining room, your hand is full of grit.
Thank you for that. Noted, for sure. Thank you for that. Okay, so I just want to reiterate, thank you guys so much again for having such a welcoming, I know I'm out of time, thank you so much for having such a welcoming, hospitable, to me coming into the role. This meeting is so important for us to be able to communicate, and please keep communicating to your neighborhood representatives who are bringing your concerns and your questions. I know we can't get to them all, but I think we've done a good job hitting the hot topics. Next meeting, Elmina from Evertrue IT is going to be here about Modernized Network. So these last two, we have Bethany today, and now we have Elmina coming in August, so 2 guest speakers. So we're going to try to gather some questions for Elmina prior to her coming. We want it to be community specific and not so apartment specific, so that we can utilize the most amount of her time to help educate us on the Modernized Network. Sound good? All right, see you all later. Thank you.